Hey everyone, my name is Will Bradwell, and this is my entrepreneurial journey. This will be my vlog where I go through all the different aspects and different routes that I take in my side hustles. I have a number of them that I've started over the years, and as almost a hoarder of past experiences and past learning opportunities, I kind of collect all those lessons and try continuing to build them into what I do. And so my background is that I was born and raised in a family tropical fish farm here in Miami. Literally growing up on the farm, putting away the fish, going on trips with my dad to pick up fish from different fish farms across the state, and counting the bags that I put away so I can get a nickel for every one, and always having that entrepreneurial ambition from the start. I wanted to open my own pool hall when I was in high school. That's what I kind of told myself I was going to college for. Then my parents decided to retire, and while I was in mid college age range, and then since my parents were going to be retiring and moving out to Hawaii, the opportunity presented itself to run our family business myself. And so I did that for a number of years. This was around 2007, 2008. The financial crisis happened. It forced my parents to delay retirement a number of years, so I got to work alongside my dad for much of that time too, learn a lot more of the ins and outs of the business. And then they finally moved out to Hawaii in around 2011. And then I ran the business myself for a couple years. Then I got really sick, had to take a step back. My brother that was living in Montana came down and started running one of the other businesses that we had absorbed in that time, one of the competing fish farms in Miami. And so he was running that. I got sick, and then he ended up being able to operate both until we could shut down the other one that was not profitable anymore. And then I met my soon-to-be wife at the time, my girlfriend. As I was in the process of getting ready to get married, I saw the writing on the wall of needing health insurance, needing stability, all those kind of things for her married life. And so I was networking with one of my friends that worked for a local healthcare industry company, and got into the ground floor there, and then worked my way up, and now I'm working at the corporate office of that healthcare company here in Miami. But along the journey, I always had just entrepreneurial passion, entrepreneurial endeavors in the back of my mind. I've built websites for lots of friends. I built the websites for all of our family businesses, which my dad's a serial entrepreneur. So we have one for our tropical fish farm. We have one for our tropical fish gardens, we call it, out in Hawaii, that my dad built after he retired and moved to Hawaii. He partnered with one of our neighbors there and built that. So I built out the website for that. Then they started growing Christmas trees on their property in Hawaii. So I built the whole website and e-commerce and everything and digital marketing side for that business. And so I've always had this passion on the side to grow businesses and work with local businesses that I see to help them make their impact and just feed the local economy upon itself, because especially here in Miami, we all live and breathe the same air, and we love to support each other. So anything I can do using my experiences and my history to help support that and get other entrepreneurs and their businesses out there exposed and being vibrant is something I love to do. And so I've always kind of had it on the back burner, trying to find my best thing that I could offer, because I love building websites. I've done it for years. I loved it in high school. That's one of the things that I wanted to do in high school through college, but I just never built the marketing aspect of myself to have the confidence to go out and pitch that to other businesses. And especially nowadays, there's so much noise in the website development and all that industry that it's just not worth it. There's so many great companies that can do it for $100 if you pay somebody on Fiverr. You get something really basic put up, no problem. So I tend to like to do things a little bit more involved, and so I've just worked with friends and family and built out a number of websites for a construction company, a local artist. That was a fellow employee of mine at the healthcare company, and most recently one of my friends that's a poet. Built out his website promoting his book and all the podcasts that he's gone on. And so I find my ways to channel these different things in to things I can offer others. Albeit so far, everything's pretty much been either free or cheap as far as the website development process goes. But recently I've always been inspired by helping businesses get more reviews, because that's a strong suit of ours with the fish farm business here in Miami. We have a great review presence, more than any other aquarium store around, partly due to how many years we've been in business, how wide and long our customer base is, but also some of the things we put in place to help collect those reviews. And I see that that's one of the biggest things that's a hurdle for a lot of businesses, is they just don't have that notoriety or word of mouth built up digitally to help support their marketing efforts. So started getting into that. I have a number of different ways that I can help businesses in that regard. And the other, as I was learning more about that, I happened across another marketing method that I just love, and it's local postcards, but like giant postcards. They're like 9 inches by 12 inches, so even bigger than a sheet of paper that just comes straight in your inbox, flat, with just full of, not like jam-packed with local advertisers, but nice, tasteful ads that have enough real estate to set themselves apart and like stand out in your mind. But not like jam-packed, just names and lines on a sheet of paper that's like newspaper stock that just gets crumpled up and thrown away every time you see it come in your email in your mailbox. So I built out my website, stayed local for that purpose, to capture and just kind of go on that endeavor. And it's the first product that I've had enough confidence in my ability to deliver, because I love graphic design, building out ads, working with local businesses hand in hand and getting their messaging out. So it's the most applicable one that I didn't feel was already crowded, like so many other digital marketing services. So it's the first one that I could see that I could approach local businesses like with something new and inventive and different that they haven't really seen. Even though it's direct mail and everybody knows direct mail, people get mail in their mailbox all the time. It's a different way of doing it that I haven't seen personally in my mailbox ever, and that I think should work well for local businesses. And so I started calling around. I have like lead scraping tools that I had invested in years ago for all my different potential endeavors that I never really used, for like web design, how to build like websites for people that need that, or better SEO, or better anything else that I never ended up using. But now I actually got that list. I looked into all the different industries and just started cold calling, which I've never done in my life before. I've never cold called a business. Super nervous the first couple times. Eventually you get a hang of it. You get somebody that's like really nice to talk to and really pleasant to talk to and discuss things with. And it really changed my perspective on it. And it really just gave me a good feeling that what I was doing could be received warmly. Because being a local business owner myself for so many years, I would get so many cold calls from different things that I know what people don't like. I know what people don't want to hear. I know where the walls are, where the filters are, and what companies actually need and want, or don't know that they want but know that they need. So just having normal conversations like that, crafting my pitch, working through different possible approaches, learning on YouTube from all the different people that do cold calling and lead gen and everything else. And so just putting it into practice. With this channel, with these videos, I'm going to give myself this as my dumping ground for everything that I learn along the way. What works, what doesn't. A note to my future self on what the journey was like to get me there. I currently have a very, very comfortable job working in data analytics and data management and display for consumption, all that kind of stuff in my healthcare job. But this is something, now I have 2 children at home. I have a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old, and my wife stays home to help raise them, to educate them, and just to be a part of their life, because she had a very stressful career beforehand, and we decided it suits our family better to have her present with them in their lives, especially during these early years. And so, in order with all the inflation and the economics of everything that's going on in the world, having the ability to have something else to offer the world and monetize it can help give us a little bit of breather and help us meet our financial goals as a family, and lessons that I learned that I can eventually pass on to my children. Things that, just being able to cold call businesses and have that kind of confidence trickles into other areas of my life to be able to be a role model for my family in that way. So as to say, this is going to be where I post these pieces a lot of the times. It'll probably be recorded in my car in these first years and series of videos, because that's when I have the most time to myself with a video camera that I can actually record. So apologies for the format, the bumpy rides, the cars in the background, people trying to cut me off, or me having to cut them off because it's Miami. If you don't do it to them, somebody else is going to do it to you, and chaos ensues. So, welcome to this channel. If you like what you see, if you found one of my later videos and you came back to the beginning to see the very first video, thank you. It's something that I often do. Like I said, I listened to Alex Hormozi, discovered him through $100 million leads, went back through $100 million offers. That's been very instrumental in me thinking about what I can offer the world, and leads, and how I can reach out to people once I have that offer crafted. And I just got on his podcast and went way back to the beginning of the history just to see how he was doing it then. And of course, even then, he started his podcast when he was already very successful in his gym launch phases. And he already learned a lot of lessons and put a lot of things into practice, and a lot of frameworks that he had already figured out and distilled that made him a success to make his podcast, even from that point, already begin to grow. This is starting even further back than that in my journey. But it's something that I think is valuable for myself to create. And eventually, if I have enough success with this and it becomes a trend, then and enough of a curiosity for somebody to come back and look on how it all began and how rough it was at the start. So that's what it is. I will be getting on the highway now, so I don't want to record too much while I'm driving fast. So until next time, stay tuned, like, subscribe, share it if it was interesting, and I'll see you in the next one.